Your voice, your opinion, your community. Fact TV, free speech, protected.
Are you sick of looking at Netflix and you don't know what to watch?
So many movies out there, you don't know which ones are good, which ones were bad.
You curious about what's out there?
I'm Joey Powers.
I'm Don Trettler.
This is The Best Pictures.
The ones you don't want to miss.
Hit it. Say hello to my little friend.
Frankly, my dear, I don't give a damn.
Winners go home and prom queen.
English, motherfucker, do you speak it?
Everyone in this room is now dumber for having listened to it.
I don't deserve this. Deserves got nothing to do with it.
No sequel for you.
Hi, and welcome to another edition of The Best Pictures. I'm one of your hosts, Joey Powers.
Hey, and I'm Don Trettler. Welcome to the show.
We're on Zoom again this week. I think we're probably mostly going to talk about sports movies. I know we have been talking about movies we've seen in isolation. And I mentioned it to you yesterday, and I talked to Alex for a minute about it yesterday as well. I watched Skyscraper for the first time the other morning.
Right.
That movie is so bad. I wish you were in the studio so I could have brought it in so you could watch it so we could just friggin' bash it. It is so god awful. And Alex brought it up to me yesterday, and I
Did you get to watch?
What's that?
Did you get to the end?
I did.
Did you watch the whole movie?
I did watch the whole movie. I will never watch it again. But Alex brought up the point that they basically were just trying to 100% outdo Die Hard. Like, make it just, like, so much, like, more badass, like the 2016 version of Die Hard or whatever. But it is just so over the top. I mean, it's probably top 5 worst movies I've ever seen.
Who's in it?
The Rock.
Oh.
And he's one of my favorite actors. I think he's actually a really good actor, and I think he's very entertaining. But this was just a really terrible movie. You have to watch it.
Yeah, you have to watch it to see how terrible.
Yeah. But you had mentioned last week that you had just seen Savages.
Yeah.
So what did you think?
I don't know. I didn't like it that much. I liked it. How can I put it? It didn't live up to the expectations. It was Oliver Stone. Had a pretty decent cast.
Yep.
There was something wrong, like story-wise, I think, with the whole thing, where it was almost they were pressing unbelievability to the whole thing, that these guys were going to keep up with a drug cartel.
Yeah.
And then then they faked us out. Do you remember this movie? They kind of fake you out at the end.
At the end, yeah.
They show you something, then they back up and they say, nah, they didn't really get killed or whatever.
Yeah, that was kind of stupid.
I was like, oh, what a cop-out.
Mm-hmm.
So
I think part of the reason it's disappointing is because, like you said, it's Oliver Stone.
Right.
So you expect more. I mean, you're talking JFK, Natural Born Killers, the one with Born on the 4th of July, Platoon. And it does have actually a pretty good cast. So it was. I agree. It was disappointing. Benicio del Toro's character was really odd.
Yeah.
Like, I was, like, uncomfortable with him. And I like him. I think he's a good actor, but I don't know. It was just weird.
Right.
But
so you found, I don't know if it made the news, the AP's top 25 best sports movies.
Yeah.
What'd you think? I mean, when you first saw the list, did you agree with it?
I agreed with the first movie. As soon as I saw that, I was like, yes.
The first movie.
Yes. I was like, great, Hoosiers. Right. Because that's like, it's like Rocky. It's like the ultimate feel-good movie,
Right.
And
I thought the first 3 were really solid.
Honestly, I was shocked Bull Durham was that high.
Really?
Yeah. I mean,
I love that movie.
Really?
Oh yeah, I've watched it several times, and that's one of those movies I just can't get enough of that one.
I guess the main thing is because it's a baseball movie. And by the way, I don't know if you noticed, the majority of the movies on here are baseball movies.
I did. I counted them.
How many is there?
10 of the 25 are baseball.
And
There's three odd ones. There's a horse racing. There's a bike racing. And then what's the third one? I can't figure out what the other one is. Soccer, maybe? No. But anyway, there's another odd. Oh, Chariots of Fire, running.
Oh, right.
So Chariots of Fire, breaking away, and
Seabiscuit.
what was the one I just? Oh, and Seabiscuit.
Yeah.
Those are the three oddball sports. Otherwise, you're sticking to some of the main ones.
So you said you liked the top three. You thought that was all like
Oh yeah,
in line.
Hoosiers, Rocky, and Bull Durham. I can go with that. I mean, I could take those as being not necessarily the top three, but being, say, in the top five, because I think you and I agree. Hoosiers is an outstanding film. And,
Yes.
And I think it deserves the number one ranking.
I agree.
Rocky, sure, that deserves to be way up there. And like I say, I love Bull Durham. So as far as baseball movies go, that may be my favorite baseball movie.
Really? I mean, I think that
What's yours?
my issue with Bull Durham isn't that it's not a good movie. It's that as far as baseball movies are concerned, I have a lot more that I like better. Eight Men Out, by the way, is my favorite baseball movie.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I could watch that again.
I mean,
What about Field of Dreams?
Field of Dreams. A one that I just watched recently that I've watched a lot lately, A League of Their Own.
Yeah,
You know, I mean, Tom Hanks is great in that movie. What, you got a visitor there?
yeah. He's like an appendage.
Like, what about Major League? Major League's number 8.
I don't know. I'm not a big fan of that movie. I probably could watch it again. I probably should watch it again because it's been a long time since I've seen it. And I liked Field of Dreams too, but I liked Bull Durham better. The Natural's another great
Natural's a good
baseball
one.
movie.
Yep. Going back to you just talked about Bull Durham and Field of Dreams. Tom Hanks where am I going? Kevin Costner did a trilogy. Did you see
Right.
the third one? I forget what
I did, and I like that one too.
What's it called again?
It's For Love of the Game.
For Love of the Game. Yeah, I liked it too. I think it was the least best of the three, definitely, but it was a good movie.
Yeah, I'll watch it again in my lifetime.
Yeah, I definitely would too. What about the Bad News Bears?
That was one I wasn't sure if that one fit, because I actually picked out 5 movies that I think belong on this list. I couldn't find 5 that didn't belong, but I kind of questioned Bad News Bears, whether I thought that was, one of the 25 best.
I think it's definitely way too high
I
on
think
the
it's
list.
okay. I think it's marginal.
Yeah,
I think it's too high.
yeah. Oh, definitely too high.
I think Caddyshack is too.
That's what I was going to ask you about. You like the top 3, so you didn't like Caddyshack at 4. What about Slapshot at 5?
I haven't seen it in a long time. I think that's an okay movie, but I don't know about it being number 5. I mean, if you look, you've got some spectacular ones. League of Their Own.
Mm-hmm.
That deserves to be up high over Slapshot and Caddyshack.
I agree.
Raging Bull is up there.
Mm-hmm. What about Miracle?
Miracle was pretty good.
Yeah.
I saw that relatively recently since we've been doing the show.
I think it's better than Slapshot.
Yeah.
So, I mean, if you're going to have a hockey movie in the top 5, I mean, I'm not saying Miracle deserves to be in the top 5, but...
I think Disney makes a whole bunch of really good sports movies.
How come Rookie of the Year is not on this list?
Yeah.
Or Angels in the Outfield.
Yeah, that's true. That one didn't even make my list of the top, 200. But there are some good ones. Disney put out Miracle. Disney put out what's the name now? The football. Remember the Titans?
Oh yeah,
that's Disney as well.
That's a really good one. You know what I thought was low on the list?
I think that should be way up on this list.
I do too. I also think a Brian song should be higher up.
Yeah.
I haven't seen that in a long time, but that was a really, really good movie.
What do you think about Pride of the Yankees?
Haven't seen it.
Oh, that's one. Gary Cooper.
Yeah. Yeah,
That's one to see.
I have a problem.
And it makes me think about that because I just watched, I still have your copy of The Babe with John Goodman as Babe Ruth. But William Bendix played him in an earlier movie. He played Babe Ruth. So, and that one was reading about it. That one got panned as well. So we're due for a great Babe Ruth movie. Because I think we can't forget about him, you know? I don't think we could ever. He, as he says in the movie too, in The Babe, I think his wife comes in and says, he saved the sport from the Black Sox scandal.
Right.
So, and he was a bigger than life figure.
Yeah.
And of course, John Goodman, I'm a fan of John Goodman. I think he's good, and I think he did a good job with that.
Yeah. No, I like John Goodman a lot too.
He didn't make this list, unfortunately, The Babe.
No. So what were you said you had 5? What were the 5 that you?
Okay, here's one that I looked on a couple of other lists beyond this. On one of the other lists, the number one movie was The Wrestler. The Wrestler didn't even make this top 25.
No, I saw it has others receiving at least 5 votes. It made that list. I guess it did. The one thing I don't look at that as really a sports movie, I guess.
No.
You know, I mean, I don't know.
I think you're right. Some of these movies don't necessarily fit into the sports. I wonder about Moneyball to a certain degree, you know? Because Moneyball had to do with the other side of sports.
Right,
as opposed to, say, Miracle.
Right, exactly. I mean, Moneyball.
What about The Fighter?
Yeah. Yep. I didn't think of that one. That's a good movie. That's a really good movie.
I also put $1 Million Baby.
See, I didn't like that.
You don't like that movie?
I don't know why. I mean, it won Best Picture, Best Director. She won Best Actress. Morgan Freeman won Supporting Actor. I mean, everybody loved it, and I didn't care for it.
How about this one? Here's one you turned me on to. Foxcatcher with Steve Carell.
Yeah, that's a good movie. That's
real good.
That's
right?
a really good movie. Yeah.
And I want to here's Oliver Stone because I wanted to get back to this one. Any Given Sunday.
I knew that's what you were gonna say. I was surprised that didn't make the list.
I really liked it.
No, I didn't.
I think it should make any top 25 list.
I do too.
I think it's outstanding.
I was surprised it didn't make this list. You know what kind of surprised me was that
I want to see it again.
White Men Can't Jump made the list.
Yeah.
I like it, but
yeah, I guess I felt the same way, Joey. I gotta tell you, I remember liking it, but I don't remember being blown away by it like some of these other movies.
Yeah, no, I don't know, because it's kind of like a goofball comedy. You know, it's not really. Most of these are serious movies. You know, I mean, you got like Major League's not. Bull Durham's not really overly serious.
Right.
But like Miracle's obviously very serious. Rocky's serious. You know what I was actually disappointed that didn't make the list was Warrior.
Right, that's another one.
That's a really good movie. I like that a lot, and it's actually highly regarded. It gets almost like an 8 on IMDb.
Yeah, it's interesting. I looked. Somebody made a list on IMDb, but they didn't rank them by the by how many stars they got, which was interesting to me. They didn't go by their ratings. It was somebody like us, a fan, who put together some movies, and I think it put together about 150 movies. But yeah, I agree with you. You lent me Warrior, and I think Warrior certainly is better than some of these other movies on the list.
I agree.
Rudy, as far as football movies.
Yep, Rudy's great. Yep. Another honorable mention one was The Longest Yard. What do you think? Obviously the original, not the remake.
Right. Oh, I thought it was good. I thought it was good and I liked it. But if you gave me a choice between that and Any Given Sunday, I would take Any Given Sunday.
Me too.
That one.
Absolutely.
and Brian's song.
I really like Brian's song.
Yeah. There were two documentaries on this list. I wanted to see if you'd seen those. Hoop Dreams.
Nope.
It's real good, which is why it made it, and it deserves to be on. And When We Were Kings.
Haven't seen that either.
It's about Muhammad Ali, and he takes on George Foreman in Zaire. I think it's Zaire. And it's a documentary of the whole thing and how they took it to a third world country. You should see it. You should see both of those.
I would definitely.
Both of those are outstanding documentaries.
I definitely sound interesting to watch When We Were Kings. I didn't realize that's what that was about. Hoop Dreams was actually pretty big when it came out.
Yeah. What other ones stick out to you? What are some of the other ones that you said 8 Men Out? Chariots of Fire is on this, which I found it at Recycle, so I watched it recently, and it won Best Picture the year that it came out.
Yeah, I haven't seen it.
Oh, I should bring it when we start to go live again. I'll have to bring it in. I don't want to build it up too much, but I think it's a solid movie. I don't want to say it's the greatest movie ever, or maybe even it may not have been deserving that year, but it is a good solid movie. I wonder how many Best Pictures are on this. Rocky, right? Rocky won Best Picture. I don't know how many other ones. I don't think there are too many other ones. Hoosiers might have won.
Hoosiers didn't win.
Yeah, well, I know. I think maybe it should have though. I don't know what it was up against that year, but I think it definitely.
Hoosiers or Platoon?
It's a quality film. Platoon?
Yeah, Platoon won that year.
Oh well, that's a very good movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's tough. That is tough.
It is, yeah. Let's see. I'm trying to think of some other ones on here I wanted to mention. I'm not. I think I saw Seabiscuit, but I didn't see Secretariat. They made a newer movie, Secretariat. Seabiscuit, another solid movie. Breaking Away. Have you seen that?
Nope.
That was a career that launched Dennis Quaid.
Really?
Dennis Quaid's career. Yeah, I think it was about 4 guys. The lead guy was Dennis Christopher, who never really caught on. He did a few films, and he's probably kicking around, does some supporting stuff. But Dennis Quaid was the guy that really emerged out of that. It was about 4 guys living in a college town, but they weren't college material type of guys. And the lead guy is a bike racer. So it's cool. It's good. It was kind of a surprise dark horse hit the year that it came out.
Okay, what about The Blind Side?
The Blind Side was good. It didn't make this list. It kind of made the honorable mentions.
Right.
I liked it. I don't know how much of a sports movie it was as compared to the dramatic piece.
Right, like yeah.
It's a good movie, but it wouldn't have made my list of 25 best.
I don't remember who she was up against that year, but I didn't think Sandra Bullock was that great.
No.
No. I mean, I thought her accent was kind of, I don't know, not great, I guess.
No.
Lack of a better term, I don't know.
Do you usually like her?
No. So maybe that has something to do with it, I don't know. I just don't think she's a very good actress.
Oh, really? So she hasn't won you over?
No. I
never thought she was. I didn't think she was the most attractive woman, but I think she has a lot of charm. She makes up for whatever with her lack of attractiveness with charm.
Yeah, I can see that. It's funny because the year that she won Best Actress for The Blind Side, she also won the Razzie for All About Steve.
Oh.
Have you seen that?
No.
That's a clunker. Oh my God! It's her, Bradley Cooper, and Thomas Hayden Church.
I missed it completely.
Oh, you didn't miss anything. Trust me. That's another skyscraper.
Right.
Why don't you talk for a minute? I'm gonna actually look up what he got on IMDb.
All right. I want to name off a couple other ones. Some more in my book. Some more honorable mentions. Movies that I thought were really good. How about The Boxer with Daniel Day-Lewis.
That
You
was
know,
good.
I guess boxing tends to be good material for movies. Karate Kid.
Ah, yeah,
Karate Kid probably should make top 25.
definitely.
Like you said, Warrior. Here's a movie, Bang the Drum Slowly. Robert De Niro. He plays baseball. It's kind of like the Baseball Brian song.
I would check that out.
Yeah.
I mean, anything.
Oh, you haven't seen it?
No, I haven't.
Oh, that's one I got to dig it up. I've got it kicking around here.
All right, well,
What about We Are Marshall?
that was good.
Yeah, I haven't seen it.
Oh,
It's
that's
on my list,
it's-
but I got the impression it was a good movie worth seeing.
it is a really good movie. You mentioned what was it? Bang the Drum Slowly.
Right.
De Niro in baseball. What about The Fan?
The Fan.
Have you seen that?
Yeah, that's a good one. It wasn't on my list.
No.
I need to put that on there.
You just made me think of it by saying De Niro in baseball.
Right.
You know, because
I always think of that movie because I think of him going, "Hey, Bobby."
Oh, we got a split screen going on now. We're getting all fancy here. Now I really can't look down. No, I mean that's a good cast too. A lot of people don't realize Benicio del Toro is in that.
Yeah.
You know, he becomes the star when Bobby Rayburn, played by Wesley Snipes, gets hurt, and then he comes back and he's not the same, and then he takes over as kind of like the big next thing, and then obviously De Niro's like the stalker. But it's a good movie. I haven't seen it in a long time. All About Steve got a 4.8, higher than I expected.
Wow. That's pretty poor, 4.8.
It is. It's a really bad movie.
It's below our Mendoza line.
Definitely. I wouldn't recommend watching that like I would recommend watching Skyscraper. It's really just that bad of a movie. It's awful. All right, what else you got?
How about this? I made a list of movies that I want to see that were on some of these sports movie lists, and I wanted to see if you had seen some of them. What about Rush?
No.
It looks like it's got car racing.
Yeah, that's a true story too. No, I haven't seen that.
Another true story car racer, Senna, about I can't think of his first name. He was a Formula One racer and he got into a crash and died. And it was right before I got into Formula One.
Honestly, I hadn't heard of it. I saw it was an honorable mention, but I never heard of it.
The one that's coming up with that I was mentioned before about oh shoot, now I forgot his name's off my head here. Ben
Affleck.
The Way Back.
Yeah, I want to
You heard
see
anything
that.
about this movie, The Way Back?
Yeah, it actually did good its first weekend at the box office, and then obviously movies shut down. So
Right.
you know
It's pretty highly regarded.
that's
What's that, Goon? As far as hockey movies, Goon. I think you saw that.
I haven't seen Goon. I've never heard of Goon actually.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It's I can't think of the guy's name. He was in American Pie. He
Sean William Scott?
yeah. Exactly. And it's supposed to be really good.
I know.
I think it's supposed to be funny too, and it's supposed to be good. It was so good they made a sequel to it.
Really?
So, yeah,
Is he in the sequel?
I think so.
Wow.
How about The Damned United?
I've never
I
heard
think
of
it's a soccer movie, The Damned United.
never heard of that. Hey, what
Oh.
about the one with Matt Damon and Morgan Freeman?
Invictus.
Yeah, have you seen that?
Yeah.
How was that?
It's good.
Is
It's good. I don't know if it quite makes my top 25 because there are so many good sports movies.
Yeah.
What about this one? I wanted to ask you about Coach Carter.
I'm not a big Samuel L. Jackson fan.
I know. That's why I thought maybe sports and Samuel L. Jackson. I thought maybe he squeaked in. I haven't seen it.
I watched it. It wasn't bad. It wasn't great.
Not bad.
What about Eddie?
Okay. Ford versus Ferrari, I put on this list. It's as a sports movie I need to see.
Oh yeah, I definitely want to see that too. I'll watch anything with Christian Bale.
Right.
But we got to wrap up. So what do you think about for next week?
I don't know. I want to pitch this idea to you. I was looking at a couple of YouTube videos about the Mandela effect and how there are He doesn't say that, but we all think he said that. So there's something called the Mandela effect of movies, all these things. I don't know. I just thought I would pitch that to you.
Yeah, no, definitely. We can do it. Colin's messing around, though.
I have plenty more quarantine movies. I've been watching a whole bunch. I just watched one with Sean Penn called This Must Be the Place. He may have been nominated for Academy Award for it, too.
I haven't seen that. And I'm a huge Sean Penn fan. I'm going to have to check that out. Oh.
It's pretty new, relatively new.
Hit it.
All right, well, I'm going to have to check that out. But that's our show for the week, guys. I'm one of your hosts, Joey Powers.
Hey, I'm Don Tretler. Welcome to the show. And these are the ones
you don't want to miss.
See ya.
Gentlemen, you can't fight in here. This is the war room. Here's Johnny.
Go ahead. Make my day.
Life moves pretty fast. You don't stop and look around once in a while, you could miss it.